Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Um, we have some very sensitive and important information to share with you this evening, and I'm going to start by way of a little bit of background. Um, let's bring on this screen. All right. So, a few months ago, I reported that FBI Director Kash Patel specifically identified the highways in Ohio as the ideal situation for human trafficking 4 months ago. I'm looking at it now. Ohio has become a key battleground in the fight against human trafficking. And the reason may surprise some, it's the interstate highway system. FBI Director Kash Patel recently emphasized that the Ohio network of intersecting highways makes it one of the most attractive trafficking hubs in the nation. According to Patel, the state's infrastructure allows for traffickers to treat Ohio like a national relay route, making quick and discreet handoffs of victims and illegal goods. So we brought that to you uh, 4 months ago. Okay, so I can remove that because now we're coming a little closer to the situation. So we have established, not in our words, but in the words of the director of the FBI, that Ohio is a hub for human trafficking. Now let's condense that a little bit and let's talk about this area: Scioto County, Adams County, Lawrence County, Jackson County, Pike County, Greenup County, uh, Boyd County. There's a specific reason why I'm mentioning these counties. Um, how many of you remember? I'm going to put this character up. This was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Where are we at here? Why isn't that coming up? There. Remember this guy? Put in the comments. Who is this guy? It's Dean Porter. Dean Porter. We ran lots of stories on the Porter situation and the recruiting and all of the girls, and even situations where he was having he'd been doing it so long that his victims grew up and had children and was actually bringing Porter their children. All that we've reported on, and that has been adjudicated uh, in the court system. Lots of people, lots of people involved in that. And now I'm going to go back 2 more years past that. See if anybody remembers this guy. Who in the world is that guy? Mike Mearan. Mike Mearan. Are you kidding me? After all these years, he comes back up in an important announcement. Yes. Now, the reason that we are presenting again, the initial reporting on what we're about to tell you, which is, I'm telling you, this is huge. What happened to us the last time when we were reporting on the Mearan situation is that we were subjected to um, lots of threats, which we're kind of used to, but the threats escalated. We were being followed. Um, I had a gun pulled on me in Walmart in the toy section at Christmas time. So It was very dangerous, very dangerous. So we have some updates, some questions that we're going to ask, some information that we're going to give you. But because this subject is so toxic and there are so many people involved, we're going to do this very publicly. So, mainly for our safety, okay? But to also let you know what we are working on. Now, I'm going to start with the question. By a show of hands, and I can see you, by a show of hands, how many of you assumed that when Mike Mearan died, that the investigation was over and he was the one and only one person involved, and therefore case closed, nothing else to see here, folks. Show hands. How many of you believe that was and is the case? I'm not seeing that many hands. I'm not seeing that many hands. So, are you telling me that you think there are co-conspirators that have still not yet been brought to light? Hmm. Are you telling me that there are victims out there that still haven't had their voices heard? Are you telling me that there are victims out there who have either disappeared or died under mysterious circumstances? Hmm. Is that what you're telling me? I'm not saying it. I haven't said anything. I'm asking questions. Very important point. I have, and I'm going to intentionally not show, but I am going to flip through so you can see all the pages. All right. And if you think for 1 second that this is the only copy, you are so wrong. So wrong. What I have showed you tells us a couple of things. The first thing is there are, put it up here, 9 co conspirators. 9 co conspirators. Oh, really? Yes. In addition to that, I need to change how I was going to present this 1 second. I need to click that off so it's not a scroll. So I want you to actually read it, be able to read it. Okay. 22, is that what it is? 25, I'm sorry. 25 possible victims. 22, there's the 22. 22 police interviews, 16 search warrants, and 33 subpoenas. And what I have here is alarming. Again, let's do this one more time. 9 co conspirators that are listed in these documents. I will further say that some are alive and some have sadly passed, or not so sadly. To me, it's sadly because we believe in what? Report without bias and tell the truth without compromise. So yes, sadly, some of the people have passed, and I would have much preferred to shine the light into the darkness. More importantly, we have 25 possible victims. Now, I can tell you from our investigations both previously and since, because there are other um, trafficking networks, sadly, in Soda County that we are very aware of and continue to watch. Um, I believe the 25 victim count is low. I believe these are the 25. This 25 are victims who came forward and gave statements, and I believe that they are. Again, I believe that there are more than 25, but I know that 25 have been identified by authorities. 22 police interviews, 16 search warrants served, and 33 subpoenas. So, again, this is not the only copy, and the way that we were treated, harassed, threatened. Uh, the last time we tackled this issue, not with Dean Porter, not real sure. Dean Porter, um, he was so effed that he just, and that just snowballed, and his own um, inner circle cannibalized each other, and so we didn't have a lot of issues out of the Porters, save for just a couple. It paled in comparison to what we went through with the Mearan situation. But here we find ourselves yet again with the Mearan situation, because we want to know, and we are going to pursue those 9 co-conspirators, the ones that are still alive. The ones that are still alive. Now, we are going to employ every tactic that we have, and our resources are wide. I'm also going to implore you watching that um, we need some more additional input. And I don't know, some people utilize it, but I don't think it's widely known that, let me do this. I'm going to show you how you can get in touch with us, and there's an important reason why. Let me bring this up. All right, this is the contact us page. So if you go just to our website, you don't have to be a subscriber to contact us. And you go down here and it says, please select one. It's a drop down box. And it says down here at the bottom, submit a tip. When you submit a tip, it's important to understand that this goes through an encrypted service. We pay extra for that. So it's encrypted on both sides, and it goes through our encrypted server that is not located in the state of Ohio. Because this is the kind of reporting that we find ourselves having to do, and you rely on us for that. No matter your comments and this and that and the other, by and large, you guys rely on us to tell you the stuff that everybody else is afraid to touch. And I'm not, because I believe in telling the truth. I believe in getting the information out there. And, they say ignorance is bliss. Look, um, I, I want to die with my boots on and my eyes wide open. Okay. And that's how we run this operation for years and years and years. So we are looking for information on these 9 co-conspirators, those that are still alive. And we want to hear from these possible victims, 25 possible victims. I have lots of information. I have all their names. I have everything. But we want to get a chance to talk to you. So if you have information about these co-conspirators, or these victims, please use only, don't, no other way. Don't use social media, don't put it in the comments, only use our encrypted service. So you go to the website, hit contact us. When you hit submit a tip, that triggers a different part of the email system. And so it will be encrypted, go to an out of state server, come back and be re encrypted. And so we will see it. So um, that is as secure as one can possibly get. So that's what we have right now. And it's important for you to please remember that what we went through uh, in regards to our personal safety was uh, almost almost too much. Almost. We ended up having to take some measures that we didn't really expect when we got into this. But we are very prepared for this. So you're going to see things as we progress. We're going to have some interviews here on camera, and then we'll also have some stories, articles for subscribers only on the website. Um, I'm struggling with something, and I keep delaying. I want to, I don't really want to, but I think serve to better serve the public and to help spur on the investigation into these um, co-conspirators. And another question that we can ask is, when you've got 22 police interviews, 16 search warrants, and 33 subpoenas, what where to go? Where to go? Why didn't they just keep going with it? I'm a little suspect. I'm a little suspect. I think part of this may need to um, go to different parts of law enforcement, and we will be working in conjunction with local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and federal law enforcement, because I have written testimony here that this involved multiple trips across state lines for the purposes of sexual commerce, which we all know about the Epstein files, the Diddy. Ultimately the only thing that stuck was uh, interstate travel for commercial sex. That's the thing that stuck with Diddy. Um, and now, with the Epstein, it's been going on and on. But, that's all stuff, in New York and in Hollywood. But what about the Scioto County area, the Ohio River Valley area, our friends in Jackson, um, Lawrence County, Greenup, Boyd, Adams? I'm saying Pike. I'm saying these counties for a very reason. Those who know will know we know. So um, there's some folks that I would like to hear from, but I'm trying to hide everything here from the camera. Uh, for you screenshotters and zoomers, it's not going to work out like that. Um, okay. So I'm looking at now travel to Florida. I'm looking at uh, this person also told officers that this person was asked to recruit, quote, new and younger girls. And so this person was able to recruit two females uh, from Jackson, Ohio. Um, we have airline tickets, um, OSU football games. Um, there is one part here. A total, there it is. A total of 79 airplane flights flown on Southwest, Spirit Air, American Airlines, Frontier Air, United Airlines, and Delta, as well as Allegiant Air during that time. 79 flights. So this is this is not just here. There we have references to motels in Rosemount. We have references here to motels in Portsmouth. We also have references here to motels in Kentucky. Um, I want to give you that Kentucky hotel. Um, if I can find it here, I hadn't planned on. Um, there's the Royal Inn. Oh, mhm. I'm telling you, this is okay. Let me frame it this way, and I know that I'm stuttering and stammering around because I'm trying to be as careful with my words as possible. But I want you to understand the depth and breadth of this. We're talking, um, we thought Mike Mearan won, but we're talking about 9 co-conspirators, and you know how important co-conspirators are in a case. Oh, there it is, Best Western in Russell, Kentucky. I was looking right at it, and then I looked at you, and then it popped right up. Best Western in Russell, Kentucky was another on several occasions for uh, sexual activity. So, human trafficking, crossing state lines for the purposes of commercial sex acts, uh, and 9 co-conspirators. So, and I'll tell you that there are a couple of these co-conspirators that are no longer alive. Um, but for the rest of you, um, it is our duty. It is our duty. I don't know why it's our duty to report. It's not our duty um, to prosecute these 9 co-conspirators, the ones that are living. But for some reason, it stalled. It went away because hey, main guy, ah, everybody else gets off scot free. Do you think that is right? One guy gets out of this by way of death, right? Um, and then everybody else walks free, right? Is that right? No, it's not right. No, it's not right. And so I'm here for the truth, and I'm here to give you the truth. So this is just the first. This is just the beginning. But I wanted again, out of abundance of safety, um, we are taking every possible measure for our safety. So uh, I'm going to try to make as much public as I can as we go through this. Um, and I would implore some of these folks, if you're a co-conspirator, you know you're a co-conspirator. I know you're a co-conspirator. Um, and if you're a victim, I really want to talk to you. Why do I want to talk to you? I want to understand the the workings of the network, right? And I I have compassion for victims. I'm not trying to out victims. In fact, when I talk to victims privately, great. If we do it on camera, you will be behind a screen over here in the corner, so nobody will see you. Um, Man, you can talk about your uh, experiences. Um, but we are going to continue to pursue this. We have lots of folks that we need to talk to with law enforcement, uh, some some law enforcement, trusted law enforcement. Did I say that? Um, and then we're going to report back. But so this is what we're dealing with. All right, lots and lots and lots of information. 9 co-conspirators, ladies and gentlemen. We can't have this. We can't have this. So go to let's bring this back up. Go to our website, go to the contact us page on the website, click down to submit a tip. When you click that submit a tip, that's what generates all of the encryptions. So make sure you do submit a tip, and it'll be encrypted. It'll go to a server that's nowhere near here, and then be re-encrypted again, and then come to my email unencrypted. So it's encrypted multiple times. So it's a very, very safe and secure way to speak with us. Um, and if you are a co-conspirator, or you think you might be in my lovely file here, you want to reach out and talk? I'm happy to talk. Do you have any idea how many times I talked to Mike Mearan? A lot. I talked to Mike a lot because he would he would just answer the phone. He'd talk about anything. He didn't care. Um, and so I had lots of conversations with Mike about his operation and operations, other operations. But um, he never copped to his co-conspirators. So those co-conspirators, um, this information did not come from a deep uh, dive into my conversations with Moran. Uh, he knew how to protect. He spoke in code. Those of you know, uh, Mike was he talked in riddles, he talked in codes, and you literally, an hour after the conversation, it would hit you. Oh, that's what he meant. A very interesting fellow that I wish would have lived so he could have been fully prosecuted. These 9 co conspirators, one is deceased, I know for sure. And I think a second is deceased. So we we have living and breathing right now, right in Soda County, uh, at least 7 of the 9 conspirators are still among us all every day. Every day. Um, and maybe 8. I know one for sure has passed. So definitely 7, maybe 8. Okay. So reach out, share this video, please, it's a very important. Share this video. Um, and again, I know that I went a little longer than I anticipated, but I wanted to choose my words very carefully, uh, just based on what in the world that we went through before. And now it is times a factor of, instead of one person, it's times a factor of 7 or 8. So prepare yourselves, Soda County. SCDN is eyes wide open, baby. And if you remember some of the most infamous photographic evidence that has ever come to Sauter County has come through our beautiful and wonderful and deeply committed investigation team. And I want to thank everybody on our team, our moderators, our reporting staff, our technical staff, our investigators, and yes, sadly, our security team. So the it's not a joke. It's not a joke. So as those of you that want to bash us on the comments on social media, I'll tell you right now. You know what you're doing? You're helping, because every time you write something crappy about me or us, um, it helps the algorithms. So the more you comment about this is fake news and this is bull, keep it up. I want everybody to complain about everything because it helps the algorithms. Um, Otherwise, a lot of people don't see the articles. When we put up a feel good story, people don't see it because people aren't complaining. And that's the number one reason why you should get the SCDN newsletter, because you get that delivered at 9 p.m. every evening. You don't have to look at all the bullcrap comments on Facebook. You don't have to hope that the Facebook shows you the article, because unless people are, you know, engaging, Facebook's going to think it's not important, especially those feel good stories. When we bring highlights to our local heroes in action, our police, our EMS, our, our mental health workers, um, a lot of those folks are volunteers, volunteers, or working for very little money. And so we always want to highlight their not only their experiences but their victories. And those stories don't get circulated because people don't hate on us in the comments, and so they get lost in the algorithms. But if you have the newsletter, you actually get to see the stories. It's fantastic. All right, so prepare yourself, Soda County. It is on. We are going to be deep diving into these co-conspirators that have been ignored, lost to time. I don't like it when they rewrite history. And so many times we have seen so many examples of rewriting history and people telling us what we are supposed to remember, even though we clearly remember it a different way. And I'm not talking about Mandela effect stuff. I'm talking about real life. Right? So that's it for now. Again, please reach out in the contact, submit a tip. That triggers all the encryption, and reach out to me if you can add some light. And between your efforts and our efforts, um, we're gonna there's some we're about to enter into an interesting phase. It's going to be a bad Christmas for a few of you, and I'm not sorry. I didn't do it. You did it, and you got away with it until now. Have a good evening.